that model, right? So we'll have a newest model. This model is now all over world is now accepted, right? Many countries are following currently, and that is called a circular model, right? We'll see, right? And now I'm just going to switching to my PPT, right? Today we are going to see about circular economy, right? The main motto about my circular economy is that, right? So we need to utilize our natural resources in optimal manner, right? So now we are just going to reduce our maximum wastages. So maximum wastages நம்ம reduce பண்றதுக்காக we are just going to following some what could I say, some process, right? That is called by one of a famous economy cycle is now called circular economy, right? Which is one. So we need to take what could I say, resources from our earth, right? So this is what our globe living place, and we are just getting major of our resources from this place, right? And we are just making some product, right? Or maybe cloth or electronic gadget, or maybe a plastic, whatever maybe, right? What are the gadget or maybe things we are just utilizing over here is now everything is now coming from our earth, right? And once we just to make it as a product, அதை நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், we need to use it again. என்ன பண்ணணும், we need to regenerate and we need to return. Dispose பண்ணக்கூடாது, we need to return and return into some companies will be there, we'll discuss, right? And we need to return into back, and again we need to regenerate, and we just modify it and regenerate, refurbish, and we just again we just take, and we are just making a different product, and we are just using again. That's called my circular economy. So don't dispose us, right? So we'll see. And this policies now came across with 1970s started, but it approximately it will be introduced by 2010 onwards, right? And what is actually circular economy model? It's now it's now based upon a regenerative thing, right? So we are just not going to discuss any resources, right? வீட்ல இருக்கிற home appliance இருக்கலாம், இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில இருக்கிற ஒரு மோட்டரா இருக்கலாம், வாட்டர் மெம்பரேட்ஸ், எந்த ப்ராடக்ட் இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஈவன் லைக் அ ஸ்மால் ஹேர் பின், ரைட்? ஸோ அது கூட என்ன பண்ணலாம், வி ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு யூஸ் ரீசைக்கிள் பண்ணி யூஸ் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். That's why it's called main theme is that about my circular economy is that regenerative, right? That's what main thing. So in olden days, take and make and dispose. Update the economy is now moved into take, make, use, and regenerate. Right? That's what the main important thing, right? Right. This is what our overall idea, and this is what my previous economic style will be there. How actually the process is now happening: take, make, use, and dispose. அப்படிதான் இருந்துச்சு. But nowadays it will be definitely changed, right? So first of all, we need to take resources from earth, and we are just making different varieties of products, and we are just try to use, right? Once we just use it, அது என்ன பண்றோம், we are just going to again resell, or maybe you're just going to refurbish, or we're just going to remanufacturing, right? And then we're just coming back into my market, right? So yesterday we got introduced, right? Some of the companies you may already know, right? Is called eBay, Flipkart, Amazon, right? So you people already are familiar with these companies, right? So markets, online markets, fellows, right? Remain many companies will be there. I'm just going to list it out some of known companies for you people, right? So இப்பெல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா in around 5 to 7 years ago, right, there is no option called refurbished mobile, or maybe reselling. அந்த மாதிரிலாம் இல்லை. cash, what could I say, எக்ஸ்சேஞ்சிங் ஆஃபர்லாம் அப்போ இல்லை. பட் இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக 7 years, ரைட்? ஸோ ரீசெண்டாக 5 to 7 years, ரைட்? Right now from here about 2013 or 12, right, onwards, they're actually selling, right? So that refurbished mobile or second hand used mobile phones. Actually this is called circular economy, one more model, right? So these companies are getting adopted, right? So Flipkart, eBay, they're just selling a second handed car that's called OLX, Ola, right? So I could say quicker. These companies are purely based on this circular economy model, because second hand car என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா OLX ல விக்கிறாங்க, குயிக்கர்ல விக்கிறாங்க, will have a number of websites will be there. So they are just following circular economy model, right? So they are just now reselling that existing product, right? அது என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா, ஸோ ஒரு ஓனர்கிட்ட இருந்து வாங்கி அப்படியே கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க, மாடிஃபைடு பண்ணிடுவாங்க, ரைட்? மாடிஃபைட் இந்த சென்ஸ் ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிடுவாங்க, ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிட்டு they just now reselling again. ஸோ ரிப்பேர் பண்ண முடியாது என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, தே ஜஸ்ட் ஸ்பிளிட் இட் இன்டு டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பார்ட்ஸ் எல்லாமே டிஸ்மேண்டில் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. டிஸ்மேண்டில் பண்ணிட்டு ஹோல்சேலாக வித்துருவாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ செல் பண்ணிடுவாங்க, ஹோல்சேல் மார்க்கெட்டாக வித்துருவாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ you may seen in Coimbatore Ukkadam market, right? So we'll have a whole scale second hand parts, right? So அந்த மாதிரி செல் பண்ணி வித்துருவாங்க, ரைட்? So again it's called recycle. And wholesale again we are just going to big big giant companies என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, மெட்டல் பார்ட்ஸ் இருந்துச்சுன்னா வாங்கிடுவாங்க. And they just now melting பண்ணிட்டு purify பண்ணிட்டு then they will go with that new product manufacturing. That's what overall circular economy, right? In previous days will be 3 R's will be there, but now one more 3 R is now added, right? So previous ஒரே 3 R தான் இருந்துச்சு, reduce, reuse and recycle தான் இருந்துச்சு previous days, right? But nowadays 3 more R's now getting introduced, that is called refurbish, remanufacture, repair, right? Repair பண்ணலாம், இல்ல remanufacture பண்ணலாம், இல்லைன்னா refurbish பண்ணலாம், right? So will be 3R is now getting introduced, right? So if in the 3R plus 3R is now definitely will have employment, enterprise, definitely will have innovation, definitely will do investment, right? We'll see many companies are just working on this area, right? How employment will be happening, how enterprise is happening, how innovation is going, right? We'll see, right? Now 3R will be added: refurbish, remanufacture, repair. We'll see here, right? So these are the what could I say, circular economy followed countries in all over the world, right? So majorly pathina Europe and Japanese on the side, right? East countries and Middle East countries, right? So in the countries they will have much this formula they are just using, right? And in India speaking, right? So in after PJP government, they introduced many things, right? So Niti Aayog, India Resource Panel. Actually, it's now introduced, but how actually it's working, I don't know. But these organizations are still it's now working in circular economy policies. They're just following. So the Niti Aayog is now what could I say? It is now somewhat working on LED bulbs, right? So LED bulb இந்த மாதிரி electricity energy consumption devices manufacturing பண்ற ஏரியால they are just now focusing much idea. இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய இருக்கு இந்தியாவில், right? So aligning CE to national missions like smart cities, smart mission, Swachh Bharat mission. ஸோ எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சி ஃபுட் பிரிண்ட் மார்க் நம்ம லேட்டர் எஸ்டர்டே கிளாஸ் we have seen. C is now யூரோப்பியன் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ அவங்களுடைய ரூல்ஸ் அண்ட் ரெகுலேஷன்ஸை ஃபாலோ பண்ணுற மாதிரி இருக்கும் சி ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ், ரைட்? த சேம் வே இந்தியாவில் இருக்கிற ஸ்மார்ட் சிட்டி, ஸ்மார்ட் மிஷன், ஸ்வச் பாரத் அண்ட் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் கன்சிஸ்டன்சி will have a number of thing will be there. And these are the some of agencies, right? So the government agency would be there in the circular economy. Focus பண்ணிட்டு policy check பண்ற policy will be in India, it will be there, right? And now we're just straight away moving into circular economy. What is actually circular economy, right? It is called refurbish, reuse, and remanufacturing for a reuse, right? So these are the things we are just going to focus. So now we'll have two circle. One is the inner circle, one is the outer circle. So inner circle is nothing but we can just go into what could I say, in our home appliances or industrial appliances. So once that age completed, we're just throwing out, right? So or maybe we're just going throwing out, or maybe we're just going to disposing into our earth. So அப்படி பண்ணாம என்ன பண்றோம்னா, so nearby people are getting gather around and they're just willing to, right? So what could I say, voluntarily willing to repair your products, right? So it's like a social meeting, right? So we'll meet a particular day in a particular month, we're just going to gather around those neighborhood people, and they're just going to repair their own home needs or maybe industry needs products with their small skills, right? So it's not required professional skill இருந்ததா repair பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறத கிடையாது. General skills இருந்தாவே it's more than enough, right? And what is the outer circle? So outer circle is now nothing but we're just going to dismantle your products, right? So if you're just having an older maybe aged radio, so about 10 years before நீங்க ஒரு ஹெட்ஃபோனோ ரேடியோ வாங்கி அப்போ ஒர்க் ஆகாம இருக்கும் இல்லையா, அது என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா we are just going to dismantle it. நீங்க கொண்டு போயிட்டு கொடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா they will just dismantle it. So and they will just split it into some category. Plastic கூட சேர்த்திடுவாங்க, and metal, magnet, and papers கூட சேர்த்திடுவாங்க, right? And copper materials தனியா பிரிச்சிருவாங்க. That's called recovering metals in our gadgets, and they're just going to selling into bigger companies, right? They will get a profit from out of it. That is called outer circle. ஸோ அவுட்டர் சர்க்கிள் போயிட்டீங்கன்னா ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்டை என்ன பண்ணிடுவாங்கன்னா ஃபுல்லாக டிஸ்மேண்டில் பண்ணிட்டு தே ஜஸ்ட் செக்ரிகேட்டட் இன்டு காமன் கேட்டகரிஸ் அண்ட் தே வில் ஜஸ்ட் செல் இட் இன்டு பிக் கம்பெனிஸ், ரைட்? And they will just go with it and they will just remanufacturing அங்கே போயிடும். பட் இன்னர் சர்க்கிள் என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா we are just having a refurbish, we are just having a what could say repair. So household appliances, industry machines, motors, right? So work ஆகாம இருக்கும்ல, அதை try to just going to trading try பண்ணிட்டு ரிப்பேர் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிட்டு then just go with it reuse, right? So inner circle reuse, repair and refurbish. My outer circle is now totally recycled, right? So this is what a two inner circle will be available in my two circles will be available in a circular economy model, right? So this is an example. This is a very first foundation which is now started by Martin Postman, right? So this name itself has the meaning repair cafe, right? So it's a non-profitable organization. So even on the social entrepreneur, right? So she started about in the Amsterdam, Netherlands, about 2009. She started about small about 5 to 10 members, right? So even they just not just getting any money, right? So they will just what could I say, put a stall on a particular area. They will just announce, right? So ingo household appliances or maybe your repaired product line get we will rectify your products without any cost, right? Monthly once or twice in a month, right? So US lane Netherlands they start பண்ணாங்க. All over the world they are just running. In our Chennai கூட there is a small branch is now running in the name called Repair Cafe, right? So this is a non-profitable foundation, right? So அவங்க என்ன promote பண்ண வராங்கன்னா, so we are having what could I say, we are just utilizing n number of uh, energy resources from that around globe, right? So but actually so நம்ம இதே நமக்கு மானிட்டர் பண்ணாம எல்லாமே யூஸ் அண்ட் த்ரோ பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தோம்னா டெஃபினெட்லி ஃபியூச்சர்ல இருக்கிற ஜெனரேஷன்ஸ்க்கு தே வில் ஜஸ்ட் ரன்னிங் அவுட் ஆஃப் தர் what to say resources. So we are just going to reduce that wastages, right? So throw out பண்ற கல்ச்சர் என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா they just reducing, right? So anyway, I'm just going to share small website tab for that particular smart cafe company. Anyway, you will get some idea about those things, right? So is the more important than compared to any other thing, right? So now we just got a website. So this is a repair cafe organization, and you could see there is a start எப்படி பண்ணாங்க, எப்படி அதனுடைய promotion என்ன, what is actually its meaning, right? These things will be there, right? So weekly once அவங்க வந்துட்டு கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுவாங்க. இட்ஸ் ஃபுல்லி நான் ப்ராஃபிட்டபிள் வாட் குட் ஐ சே. எப்படி யார் ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுவா, யார் ரெக்ரூட் பண்ணுவா அப்படின்லாம் கிடையாது, ரைட்? ஸோ அவங்க டிகிரி தான் ஹோல்டு பண்ணிருக்கணும் அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. பேசிக் ஸ்கில் ரிப்பேரிங் ஸ்கில் இருந்தால் போதும். வாலண்டியராக யாருனாலும் அந்த ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணிக்கலாம். யூ குட் அங்கே வந்துட்டு இப்போ ஒரு அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் கொடுத்துருவாங்க. இப்போ வீக் முன்னாடி அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னா ரைட் ஹவுஸ் ஹோல்ட் அப்ளைன்ஸ் நாம கூட எடுத்து கொண்டு போகலாம், ரைட்? அங்கே டிஃப்ரெண்ட் வெரைட்டிஸ் ஆஃப் பீப்புள் வில் பி தேர், வாலண்டியராக இருப்பாங்க. அண்ட் யூ குட் கிவ் யுவர் அப்ளைன்சஸ் ரிப்பேர்டு பண்ணி அவங்க கொடுத்துருவாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ அங்கே வரவங்களும் வாலண்டியர் தான், நோ ஒன் ஃப்ரம் ப்ரொஃபஷனல் ஸ்கில் இருக்கிறவங்களாம் கிடையாது, ரைட்? ஸோ நார்மல் ஸ்கில் இருக்கிறவங்க தான், ரைட்? So through this, they're just promoting about repairing and recycling your products, right? So they just now it is called COT release and the emissions, right? So they அவங்க ஸ்டாப் பண்றதுக்கு this just promoting, right? So these bills, right? I'm just going to place one video about Repair Cafe, which is now currently it is running around the Netherlands or maybe all over India. Chennai kuda there is a branch is now running. Branch is now there, right? I'm just going to share a small 2 minutes video clip. Then this is also some non-profitable organization. Truly, it's now good one, right? Anyway, it's just a 2-minute clip. I'm just going to give you.
Het Repair Café is een ontmoetingsplaats in de buurt waar je met hulp van handige vrijwilligers uit de buurt je eigen spullen kunt repareren.
So I'm just framing a second, right? So he's a nearby living people, and there is a coffee mug is now getting repaired, And this is a volunteer man who is just also living in the same area, right? So we are specialist la kadayadu. So the people who are living in the same area and they just meeting together and they just grouped together and they just performing about the repairing operations, right? He is not also professional man, right? So normal skillful volunteers, right? யாருனாலும் அவங்க எதை ரிப்பேர் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறாங்களோ அவங்க will come and nearby neighborhood also will come, right? So all over the world is around 2000 branches மேல now they just open, right?
Repareren.
Ik vind het te gek om zo'n ding na 3 jaar weg te gooien.
En dat is gezellig. Je ontmoet mensen uit je eigen buurt. En aan de andere kant doe je iets goeds voor het milieu.
We leven in een wegwerpmaatschappij, dus vind ik heel slecht. Maar alles wat gerepareerd kan worden, moet gerepareerd. Want we hebben al genoeg afval.
En nu doet hij het wel.
Proficiat hoor, succes.
Je krijgt ook dingen van ja, het is voor mijn vader geweest en laatst is het voor mijn schoonvader geweest. Die mensen zijn niet meer. Hè. En dan heb ik een keer een zaklampje heb ik, gemaakt. Nou, het is, ja, als je het bekijkt is het een prul, maar het is wel van mijn vader geweest. Nou, als je het dan weer in de gang krijgt, is het wel een heel leuk gevoel dan. Hè. Dan denk je, ja, dat is toch wel weer leuk.
En waar zitten de problemen in?
Inmiddels zijn er al op honderden plaatsen in Nederland repaircafés. En er zijn er inmiddels ook in België, in Duitsland, in de Verenigde Staten, in Brazilië. Nou, op de gekste plekken ontstaan ook repaircafés.
Ik had ook op internet ook al gevonden dat meer mensen dit probleem hadden.
Ja.
En ook allemaal er niet uitkwamen. Dus ik denk, ja, misschien heeft iemand er wel...
Anyway, I am just going to pass it over here. Anyway, I'm just going to share those links. Just keep on just visiting. No issues, right? So I'm just now moving into my PPT, right? So a number of videos will be there about Repair Cafe. It's a best, what could I say, organization, right? So it's, what could I say, it will help to that environment, right? So that's what the main objective, right? It's about our whole thing. And we'll see one more thing. There's one more shop. It will be available in Bangalore. That's called Reviving Skill of Repairing, right? So Repair Cafe in Bangalore. So there also it's now running, right? And one more circular economy company will be there. That is called Kilon Wala, right? So it's a startup venture about in Indore. They just started. So actually, they just now what they're actually focusing. They're just following circular economy. They're just going to give you about. They're just focusing on children's toys, right? So playable toys. Actually, what actually they're just planning. They're just going to have a varieties of products about the children toys. And you people, right, as a parent, you're just going to visit those companies, or maybe you could order in online, as well as you could able to, what could I say, we could just pay the rental amount, right? So no need to get we need to pay that full amount of that particular product. You need to get it, what could I say, that products, whatever, whichever just you want it, just get it in the form of rental basis, right? Monthly rental basis, just get it. And once just you are just having a mental idea about the product and vendor, I'm just going to got a new idea to do with the new product, right? அப்ப என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா this நீங்க இப்ப current monthல வச்சிருக்கீங்களா அது நீங்க return basis திருப்பி கொடுத்துடலாம் and you're just going to getting new toys, right? So this is what a return basis and rental amount only. So no need to pay full amount, right? So what are how many days or how many months you are just using, அதுக்கான amount மட்டும் கொடுத்துட்டு you just going to get a new product, right? So that also will be a rental basis. So if you just want to purchase new things, you could also do that, right? So this is called recycling as well as remodification. These things will be also applicable over this company also. Kilonova, right? So around 10 years now is gone. So this is also one more good company, right? So this is a startup company, and they're also promoting circular economy model, right? So now, what are the stakeholders for this particular circular economy thing, right? So definitely business and industries definitely will get out of this, and communities will be there, that like a research cafe, and policy makers for a community, as well as investors also will be there, and academia, we also will be people also there, right? So this is what my whole stakeholders about my circular economy, right? So now I'm straight away moving into, we'll have some common things, what are the challenges will be there, and what are the major what could I say, challenges will be faced by these things, right? Anyway, I'm just going to skip it those right now because it's not in your syllabus, right? I'm just going to straight away moving into one more topic, right? So about these are the things about my circular economy model, right?
Excuse
So yes, anyone? Who is that?
Sir, actually, the PPT is not visible, sir.
Oh, actually, I forgot to start, right? Sorry, one second.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Actually, I just forgot to share. Okay, now I think now you got it right. So these are the things, right? So it's a repair cafe, and this is one more repair cafe, right? It will be located in Bangalore. It's based upon startup about my Netherlands company. அவங்களுடைய one more branch, right? So அவங்க இங்க யாரும் வரப்போறது இல்லை, இங்க இருக்கிற ஆர்கனைசேஷன் வச்சு அவங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிப்பாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ இட் வில் பி பெஸ்ட் ஐடியா, ரைட்? ஸோ நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு த்ரோ பண்ண வேண்டாம், ரைட்? வி நீட் டு ரீஃபர்பிஷ் அண்ட் வி நீட் டு ரீயூஸ் அண்ட் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், ரைட்? அண்ட் திஸ் ஒன் மோர் கம்பெனி தட்ஸ் கிலோன்வாலா, ரைட்? எனிவே ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் ஹேவிங் வெப்சைட் ஃபார் கிலோன்வாலா, பட் ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் நாட் கோயிங் டு ஷேர் வித் யூ, ரைட்? ஷேர் பண்ணலாம், நோ இஷ்யூஸ், ரைட்? இட் வில் டேக் ஒன்லி 1 minute. Now I'm just going to share one more tab, that Kilonwala company website, right? Yeah, he's got it right. So India's number one toy library for children, right? So, but actually they're just going to give you that rental base, right? So நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு திருப்பி கொடுத்துடலாம். And if you're just going to go with it, just go with it one more thing, right? So நீங்க நியூ வாங்கிக்கலாம், right? So they're also following what could I say, a circular economy model, right? No need to purchase பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு அது கண்டிப்பா சில்ட்ரன்ஸ் கண்டிப்பா உடைச்சிருவாங்க, அதை நீங்க டிஸ்போஸ் தான் பண்ண போறீங்க. ஸோ தேர் ஆக்சுவலி நீங்க டிஸ்போஸ் பண்ண வேண்டாம். ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் கோ வித் ரெண்டல் பேசிஸ் யுவர் ப்ராடக்ட், ரைட்ஸ். நீங்க ப்ரோக் ஆனாலும் பரவாயில்ல, ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு ரிட்டர்ன் இட் அண்ட் இட்ஸ் கோயிங் டு கெட் இன் நியூ ஒன், ரைட்? ஸோ அவங்க மறுபடியும் அதை ரீஃபர்பிஷ் பண்ணி ரீயூஸ் பண்ணிடுவாங்க, ரைட்? தட்ஸ் வாட் மெயின் ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ் ஆஃப் திஸ் கிலோன்வாலா website, right? So this is one more big company, it will be then running. So they are also following a circular economy model, right? So now I'm just going to stop this sharing and I'm just going to moving into my PPT. Right, and these are some circular economy stakeholders. Circular economy Kerala stakeholder pathina business and industry people, and they're just going to manufacturing product and they're just going to what could I say, getting the refurbished products, and communities like a repair cafe and policy makers about my urban cities, right? So definitely could have a new policy, and investors also will be involved, and we people also teachers and who are research organization people also will be working on this particular area also, right? So these people are now called as stakeholders about my circular economy. எல்லாருமே ஒரு பாயிண்ட்ல they are just going to work in my circular economy. That's why everyone is now interlinked. Some many challenges will be there, definitely. There is a big challenge will be there. நீங்க ஃப்ரீயா ரிப்பேர் சென்டர் மந்த்லி ஒன்ஸ் நீங்க பண்ணீங்கன்னா அப்ப ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கிற சர்வீஸ் சென்டர் எல்லாமே ப்ராப்ளம் வரும் இல்லையா? தே வில் ஜஸ்ட் ரைஸ் கொரிஸ் ஆல்சோ. நிறைய ப்ராப்ளம் வரும், but we need to these are the things I'm just going to skip it right now because it's not in our syllabus. But anyway, circular economy syllabus is, but it should be very important, right, compared to my previous economy model. So these are all the most important things, right? So currently it's now going. That's why I'm still having this circular economy model, and some companies which நிறைய company இருக்கு. I'm just only give you about two to three companies, right? So now we are just going to moving into one more new topic, which is now we are just going to say about today, right? I'm just going to now start with the today topic. Now I'm just going to move into one more PPT. Today topic is now in our syllabus is now time value of time money, right? So we'll see about today topic, right? There's also some quite interesting as well as value of time money, but you people already know this topic. In our school days itself we have studied. Anyway, we'll have a quick recall, right? And today topic is that time value of money, right? I think I'm just shared my PPT. It's now getting shared. Yes, anyone just got it? Because it's still lagging, I guess. Yeah, now you could see my screen, right? So today will be a new topic that is called time value of money, right? So it will be most important in financial sector, right? So we'll see what are the things that will be involved in time value of money, right? So today will be a new topic that is called time value of money, right? We'll see. And so one more most important thing, because of economy is in the sense, right? So we're just now talking about money as well as time. That's what the most important thing, right? So in economy analysis, definitely we need to focus on money, because everything is now money, right? We're just going to investing money, we're just now earning money, we're just going to spend money, right? So everything is now money, but it also depends upon which time we are just spending, how much time it's took, right? Time also is most important thing here also, right? Now we'll see. The most important thing is not money, but it's not also its matters, right? So when we are just going to invest money, and where actually we're just investing money, right? So and how much time, these are the things we need to consider into that account, right? That's why money is a manageable variable amount that can increase or decrease over a constant feature of a timeline or horizon, right? That's what an important thing, right? So these are the small introduction about my time value money, but it's நம்ம நிறைய பேசலாம் காமனா, but I'm not going to talk into much into that. I'm just going to straight away moving into what is time value of money. We'll see. And we'll think there is a common, what could I say, probably there. Time is more valuable than money, but you can get more money, but cannot get time, right? That's what one more small proverb, but it is the most worthy proverb, right? And how actually TVM, that is called time value of money, right? What actually it is, right? It is one of the most important concept of a financial management, because we'll see one small example, and then you could easily understood about the time value of money, right? And small video also will be there, only on 1 minute video, so you could easily understood about your value of time value of money, about what it is actually, right? Before moving into that straight away, I'm just going to play a small video. It's about 1 minute video, right? So you could easily understood what actually the time value of money, right? So this is just a small video, right? So I'm just got it from Investopedia, right, website, right? What actually time value of money, right? Just 1 minute video.
The time value of money is a concept that states $1 today is always worth more than $1 tomorrow. Suppose Steve wins $1 million in the lottery today. Before accepting his prize, Steve has to make a decision. He can receive the prize money now, or if he wants, he can collect the money in 1 year.
So this small example. So if I just won a lottery about $1 million, right? So if I just got a prize, so we'll have a decision, right? And the decision, that's now time, right? So I need to take a decision. So உங்களுக்கு இப்போ உடனே இன்ஸ்டன்டாவே that prize amount வேணுமா இல்ல 5 years later வாங்கிக்கிறீங்களா, right? So we are just having better decision. And we always will choose now itself. I need to, what could I say, need to get to that money. So நீங்க வாங்கிட்டீங்கன்னா என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? We are just going to investing money. So invest எப்படி பண்ணுவீங்க? மேபி பேங்க்ல போடுவீங்க, அப்படி இல்லைன்னா இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டுக்கு we are just going to invest somewhere, right? So in ஒரு ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட்லயோ இல்ல பாண்டிங்லயோ இல்ல how invest on something, or maybe you are just going to store in your bank account. இப்போ நான் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இஃப் ஐம் கோயிங் டு இன்வெஸ்ட் இன் மை ஸ்டாக் ஹோல்டிங், ரைட்? ஸோ ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட் ஆர் மேபி லாங் இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட், ரைட்? ஸோ நான் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணேன்னா டெஃபினட்டா ஒரு பேங்க்ல இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றேன். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் 5% நான் கொடுக்குறேன்னா 1 years லேட் ஒரு 5 years or 10 years லேட்டர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இட் வில் பி ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் கெட்டிங் மோர் ரேட் ஆஃப் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் எனக்கு அதிகமாக கிடைக்கும். டெஃபினெட்லி ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் கெட்டிங் அபவுட் $1,20,000 எனக்கு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கூட கிடைக்கும். $20,000 எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் கெட்டிங், ரைட்? அபவுட் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் இன்வெஸ்டிங். இப்போ எனக்கு இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணாம நான் 5 years கழிச்சு லேட்டா நான் வாங்கிக்கிறேன்னா there is no use it actually, right? That's what a main decision we need to take it, and the decision that's now like called as my time.
Steve considers his options. If the money is taken today, he can deposit it in an interest-bearing savings account at the local bank that offers 5% interest per year. If he decides not to take the money today, he has to wait a full year with no money and no interest. Steve's not crazy, so he decides to take the $1 million sooner rather than later. When the money is withdrawn after a year, it has grown to $1,050,000. By taking the money early, Steve earned an extra $50,000. This is the time value of money as it applies to interest. $1 million is worth more today because of the possible interest that it earns over the 1 year's time.
So we need to take a decision also. On the decision, the my time period, right? So we need to consider about time also. So if you just consider about the time as well as money, definitely your value of money is going to be getting increased or maybe decreased, right? Based upon your decision, right? So that's what the most important thing, right? So that's why it will be also most important thing. That's why what are the some key points will be there about my time value of money, right? So if you're having money, we're just going to invest on something, right? Definitely will have a rate of interest and definitely will get more money from your money. So money to money, right? So that's why it's money is now getting gradually it's getting increased. If you're not investing something, right? நீங்க இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணவே இல்லை, ஸோ ஐடியலா ஹோம்லயே வச்சிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா definitely it will be going to down, right? So based upon what could I say, time is now biggest enemy about our time, right? So if you're just going to invest another, definitely it's getting doubled, right? That's why that was most important thing in our time value of money. If your just time is going to be increased, definitely value of money is also going to be increased. If you're just investing something, invest பண்ணாம அப்படியே வச்சிருந்தா the value of money is not going to be getting doubled, right? Definitely we need to invest. So we'll have two ideas. Some people will have idea about investing something in our industry, right? Some people will put in their money into bank simply and bank account just for their regular purpose. Some people invest their money in stock exchanges or maybe a bond or maybe some real estate business, right? Definitely they're just going to value of their money is going to be increased based upon that time. That's what a simple statement about my time values, right? So different people will follow different strategies, and money as well as money is also it will be also going to move, right? Definitely. So ideally மட்டும் வச்சிருக்க கூடாது. The concept of time value of money is always influences of about our decision. I already told that, right? So based upon our decision only that the value of where money value is going to be getting changed, right? Based upon your decision, right? And this is also a small stock exchange market, right? So if I'm just invested about what could I say, Tata Steel industry, if I just got up or maybe a small stock exchange about 10 years before, now 10 what could I say 10 bits வாங்கிருக்கு அப்படின்னா now it will be now gradually it's increasing, right? Because of their company products also getting increased, and my stock exchange, my rate of interest also going to be increased. That's called money up invest பண்ணா definitely I will have a triple times I will have output, right? That's called based upon my time period, right? So long investment time period also. I just invest money on my 2010, but 10 years now gone, my profit is also, it will be much higher. That's called the most important thing. Invest as much as possible and often possible. Invest at a very high rate. Definitely, the main goal is that invest, right? We need to spend amount in the form of invest as long as possible at high rate, right? So definitely we'll get a more money later, right? That's called the time value of money. So இது எப்படி நம்ம mathematically calculate பண்றது, right? So we'll see one by one. So the main components of time value of money, right? So there are three, it will be most important thing. So present or future value amount, right? So present or future value amount, this first point. Single sum and annuity equal terms, right? We'll see, we'll have three different calculations will be there to calculate about a time value of money. So now, well, actually, we are just starting. We are just starting about energy management, but energy management is now, we are just now talking about economy wise, right? So energy management, we are just now talking about economy wise, right? So we need to utilize our resources, right? Like electricity, water, right? So everything is now energy, but we are just now getting charging, right? So for that particular energy, we are just going to consume. So அந்த மணியை எப்படி நான் வந்துட்டு கால்குலேட் பண்ணலாம், அந்த எக்கானமிஸை எப்படி நான் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படிங்கிற அனாலிசிஸ்க்காக இந்த டாபிக் இருக்கு, ரைட்? பட் இட்ஸ் நாட் எக்ஸாக்ட்லி டைரக்ட்லி டு எக்கனாமிக் சைட், பட் இட்ஸ் வில் பி ரிலேட்டட் டு மை எனர்ஜி கன்சம்ஷன் இன் ஒரு எனர்ஜி ஏரியா, ரைட்? தட்ஸ் வை. And today and future, right? So these are some common techniques. So இதுல நம்ம ஃபுல்லா போக போறது இல்லை. ஸோ ஃபுல்லி போனோம்னா இட் வில் பி ஃபுல் ஆஃப் அவர் டுடேஸ் என்னுடைய டோட்டல் எக்கனாமிக்ஸ்ட போயிடும். பட் நான் நமக்கு எது தேவையோ அது மட்டும் பார்த்துக்கலாம், ரைட்? சிம்பிள் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஃபியூச்சர் வேல்யூ, ப்ரெசென்ட் வேல்யூ அண்ட் ஆனிட்டிஸ், ரைட்? ஸோ திஸ் ஆர் த த்ரீ important thing will be available for my economy, right? That's why. Now, first thing, simple interest, you people already know. We have already crossed in our what we say regular in our day-to-day life, right? So interest is nothing but rental fee about our borrowed money, right? So that's what a small statement about my interest. And simple interest, then in the sense, right? It's received based upon my interest, based upon my money. It will be in the form of periodic time period based, right? So you will have a simple interest also. It will be there, right? And we'll have small formula. You people already know, right? It will be very common thing. It will be day-to-day life we are just using, and we are just day-to-day life we are just now calculating. What is actually a percentage of simple interest? This is a simple formula: principal amount into rate of interest into time period. How much time period we are just spending? That's just multiply panina will have that simple interest value, right? So principal amount plus sorry into your rate of interest into your time period, how much year you are now getting borrowed money, right? The simple interest. And will he time period wise pathina will have that years, right? So 0th year, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, right? So in that we'll have two things, that's called present value and future value, right? It's more important about calculation about present value and future value. That's what most important for today topic, right? About our time value of money. We'll focus on present value, future value, right? That is the most important thing. Simple interest, compound interest, we people already know. That's why I'm going to skip it right now. And TVM formula, that is called time value of money formula, is now based upon my simple interest, compounding interest, and we'll see about different formulas, right? இதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு already தெரியும், simple interest and compound interest. Now I'm moving into time value formulas, right? We'll see. So these are some online practicing problems will be there. Just if you're just free in that, just go these website links and we'll get more what could is online practicing problem, right? So we'll see later, right? I'm just going to share this video also. So there are four what could I say basic time value of money concept will be there. That is called future value of sum and present value of sum, future value of annuity and present value of annuity. We'll see one by one. It will be very easy, not that much difficulty. So what is actually future value of sum? So if you're just going to investing money some today, definitely will get your money later. But actually, how much time we are just took, right? So now year invest பண்றீங்க, how much money we are just getting back, and what is the rate we are just getting money, right? That's what my future value of sum, right? How much rate of interest you're just getting back. That's what my that calculation is called my compounding, right? As well as it's called future value compounding. We'll see, right? So it's a simple formula that is future value of sum is equal to, right? So PV into 1 plus I into whole to the power n actually. So what is actually my PV? So present value of amount we are just now investing, and I denotes that how many what would you say interest rate, and n is not how many years we are just spending, right? That's what a simple formula. So PV is now present or current value of sum you are just going to investing, and I is now rate of interest for a particular period, and what are the n is the denotes that how many periods, right? It's a small formula. For example, we'll have for understanding purpose, I'm giving small example. The sum of money which we are just going to spending is now about $1,000, and for a 4 years of a period, right? 4 years of period, and interest rate is now about 3%. So what is the value of each in the sense? Simply we'll have a formula, right? And is now 4 years, interest rate will be 3%, right? So now your investment about my $1,000, right? So 4 years, 3%. Simply put these values into my equations. Definitely $1,000 0.03 we just convert into decimal values, and 4 years just calculated it, definitely we'll get a interest about $125.51. It will be extra money, right? That's what my feature what could I say, uh, interest, right? So the total value will be $1,125.5, right? So this is my நான் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணாம இருந்தா கண்டிப்பா ஐடியலா என்கிட்ட இருந்ததுன்னா $1,000 இருந்திருக்கும். ஸோ எனக்கு இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணதுனால என்ன கிடைச்சிருக்குன்னா 4 yearsக்கு எனக்கு $125 எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கிடைச்சிருக்கு. தட்ஸ் கால்ட் மை எக்ஸ்ட்ரா மணி, ரைட்? ஸோ தட்ஸ் வாட் மை வேல்யூ ஆஃப் மணி இஸ் நவ் கெட்டிங் இன்க்ரீஸ்ட் because I'm just investing in somewhere, right? That's why நீங்க இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றதா இட்ஸ் மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங், ரைட்? ஸோ இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணாம ஐடியலா வச்சிருந்தா definitely your value of money is now going to be not going to be getting increased, right? So definitely it will be there. So if it's going to investing, definitely your value of money is going to be increased. That value of money and the ranges increase ஆகும்னா how much money you are just investing, how much rate of interest invest பண்றீங்க, and how much long you are just investing. That's why those three categories, அதை வச்சு தான் your value of money is going to be getting increased, right? That's what a very first dialogue we have seen, this one, and actually this one, right? So how much money you are just investing, how much interest you are just spending, and how long you are just going, right? That's the value of money is going to be bigger high, right? And second thing, second formula, that is called present value of sum. We'll see present value of sum is now nothing but it will be very easy, right? So the present value of sum is the amount of that would be need to be invested today in order to worth it be some future. So this is called my small about thing about my discounting. So simple formula, that is called your present value is equal to my future value divided by 1 plus n. That's a small ratio, right? So ratio between my future value and interest, right? We'll see small example one more time, then only it will be very easy to understood, right? So right, this is a small example. For example, how much must be deposited in a bank? That's pay of 5% of interest per year in order to worth about $1,000 in a 3 years, right? Actually, this is a small given problem. எவ்வளவு நான் deposit பண்ணிருக்கணும், then it pays about 5% interest per year in order to worth about $1,000 in our 3 years, right? So that is called n is now 3 years, and I is now 5%, and the total future value will be 1,000, right? Just put into every data in your equations. Definitely we are just now going to invest about $863, right? So then only it will be easiest way to you could able to calculate your present value, right? That is called your investing amount, right? That is called $800. So because some 5% it will be interest rate will be somewhat very high compared to my previous problem, right? So this is just 3, now it is now 5, right? And we'll see annuities, right? So annuities will have two things, ordinary annuity and annuity due, right? So annuity in the sense monthly ones we're just spending money about, periodic we are just going to spending money, that's all. Or maybe a quarterly ones, half year ones, right? We're just going to investing money about periodic wise. Now maybe a monthly wise நீங்க deposit பண்ணலாம், or maybe invest பண்ணலாம், right? So this what is called a periodic stream of equally sized amount, right? So நீங்க SBI பேங்க், நிறைய பேங்க், எல்லா பேங்க்லயுமே இந்த டெக்னிக் they are just following, right? So recurring account, recurring account, நிறைய டெக்னிக் இருக்கு, right? Investing amount in our bank account, right? So it will be same, it's called investing, right? So LIC, நிறைய people they just now they're following this type of strategies, they are just following. And two things, ordinary annuity and annuity due. So ordinary annuity formula is now, it will be very easy. That is called future value computing about my ordinary annuity is equal to payment, how much money we are just spending. This is a formula, small formula, and 1 plus I, that is called my interest rate, and how many years ratio between my interest rate. We'll see small example. Suppose I'm just going to invest about $1,000, right? At the end of each year, for the next 4 year, annual rate it will be 3%. What will be the my ordinary, what could I say, my future annuity, right? So simple formula. So we could have the data 4 years, 3%, and payment it will be $1,000, right? So just put your every data into our equation, $1,000. We need to convert it into decimal value up to 4 years. Just to have a 4,183, right? So this much amount we could have in the future sum, right? Future sum you just go to get this much amount, right? So, and present value of your annuity. So present value of ordinary annuity is nothing but the ratio, right? So what we have seen last previous one also, right? So this is a ratio between my annuity ratios between my payment as well as my interest ratio. So the same thing. So we'll have one more small example, which I'm got it from internet alone, right? I'm not going to type into everything, right? So this is also example I'm just got it from web resources, right? So how much money must be invested today in a bank in account that should pay about 5% per year. So in order to generate payment, it will be 1,000 at the end of each year for the next 3 years, totally 3 years period, and my interest rate it will be 5. So payment will be 1,000, right? $1,000. So what will be the invested amount today? Invest amount, right? What actually it is on the simple formula: payment multiplied by 1 minus my ratio about my interest rate with respect to my current ratio of per year, right? So just put every data, right? Payment $1,000, 1 minus 1 by 0.5, which is now 5% about per year, and 5% whole maximum to 3 years data. I'm just going to investing money. So this much dollar rupee I'm just going to invest, right? So invest amount, this much amount which need to be invested in our account. Then only they will get your payment about next 3,000, that 1,000 you will just get it, right? And I'm just going to have one more small video about my what they say, this time value of money, but actually it will be going about 10 to 15 minutes video. I'm not going to play it because I'm just going to have less amount of time. But anyway, I'm just going to share those videos links about time value, about some examples, right? So, but don't panic. In our examination time, no one will ask you about these examples, right? So, நீங்க ஒரு sum கொடுத்து solve பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னா கேட்க மாட்டாங்க. For a knowledge purpose, we are just going to going, right? So, economic analysis எப்படி பண்ணுவாங்க, right? In our energy products, right? Industrial எப்படி they just going to calculate those values, right? So, அப்படிங்கிறது இந்த மாதிரி தான் calculate பண்ணுவோம். How much money we just invested on my purchasing electricity energy, or maybe purchasing electricity what, or maybe energy for my particular water, or maybe steam energy or coal, right? So in the energy we are just spending, how much money spending, and what actually that money is now, how it's now flowing into my industry. That's called my investing, right? So money is now in purchasing பண்ணீங்கன்னா definitely we are now investing into that company. Definitely we'll get a profit out of it, definitely in the form of அது வேற what could I say, என்னுடைய textile industry இருந்துச்சுன்னா என்னுடைய அவுட்புட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா செல்லிங் மை ஃபேப்ரிக்ஸ், ரைட்? கலர்டு ஃபேப்ரிக்ஸ். அப்ப எனக்கு கலர்டு ஃபேப்ரிக்ஸ்ல பெர் கியூபிக் மீட்டருக்கு எனக்கு எவ்வளவு ஃபார் will have margin, right? So அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி I will just going to get a money. But நான் எப்படி மணி இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றது ஒரு ஏரியா, getting money is from somewhere. Investing on my electricity consumption, water consumption, and labor, human labor work charge, இதுக்கு நான் இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்றேன். But I'm just getting earning money from my fabric, colored fabric. I'm just getting money. That's called my profit. அங்கிருந்து வந்துட்டு இருக்கு, right? That's why the money is now flowing many areas, but we need to calculate that entire thing, right? That's called cash flow, cash and cash flow, and you need to check it out. So that's why its entire thing is now calculated as my economic analysis. Economic analysis will have a number of things, right? Static analysis, dynamic analysis, and we'll have time value of model. Economic model will be there, right? So this what is somewhat the end of the concepts, right? நம்ம ஃபுல்லா போக வேண்டாம். That will be full of, it will be totally it's now when getting deviated to my economic side. So நம்ம economic போக வேண்டாம், engineering side வந்துருவோம். So but the economic side is also these things will be available அப்படிங்கறத we should know, right? So as a energy manager we should know basic things about these things also, right? Anyway, and I'm just going to conclude it today this class. And one more thing, And I'm just going to share one more time. It's about my syllabus. Definitely, then only you could have a clear idea actually where actually we need to do, right? So because energy management is nothing but it's now narrowed down la agadu. It's wider than pogum, but we need to have that idea also, right? So we need to go with that.